Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mark with Spiguyver Backpacking. Tonight, I have a gear review for you. So this is a piece of gear that I've been carrying with me on pretty much the last 4 trips that I've taken, and I've tried it out a couple of different ways to see how useful it is for those of us who do a lot of backpacking, and really for those that are going to be out for extended periods of time. And what I have here, this is the AMIR solar power bank. It's 10,000 milliamps, and let's get into it. So let's talk about the features of this solar power bank. So this whole panel right here is a solar panel, which we'll talk about how useful that is. The exterior is ruggedized. This thing is dust-proof, rain-proof, and shock-proof. On one end, it has an opening. This is what makes it rain-proof. That has the 2 USB ports and the micro USB port for charging it. They are both 5 volt. One of them is 1 amp and the other one is 2.1 amps. On the opposite end, there are 2 LED lights. And here is the power button for this. The lights are very bright, and they have 3 modes. So it has on, strobe, and SOS. So those 3 modes it can be used in. On the back of it, it has a compass. And then to attach it to stuff, it has a little mini beaner. So like I said, this thing is 10,000 milliamps, so you'll get 3 to 4 charges on an iPhone. I have been able to charge my GoPro, my cell phone, actually both my GoPros with this. And it seems to be pretty true to its capacity, the 10,000 milliamps. So seems to be pretty good there. Now, let's talk about the compass on the back. So that compass actually works. It's not great. I've got my compass on my Garmin that I've stood and I've done some comparisons, moving both of them, and both of them seem to adjust about the same amount. Now, is it going to be perfect? No. It is a little emergency compass. But if you needed to keep a bearing, it could help you out somewhat. I mean, it could keep you going in the right direction. You know, rather than going west, you could keep going east if that's what you needed to do using this. So in that aspect, it'll keep you going in the same direction. So how does this solar panel work? I mean, does it work? Right now you can see that it has a green LED lit up, and the blue ones are kind of scrolling down through. And so this tells you it is charging, and depending on, so it has 4 blue. So if the green one's on, it's charging. The blue ones tell you how full, what type of capacity it has. So those little blue lights right there, they tell you how full it is. So each light is 25% essentially. So if 2 lights are on, you've got about 50, somewhere between 50 and 75%. So once it hits 75%, you'd have 3. Once it hits 100, you'd have 4 lights on, telling you that you've got a full charge. Now, they do recommend that you charge it from an electrical outlet rather than relying on the solar charger. They do say that the solar charger, because light energy to electrical energy is a very inefficient process, and this is a very small solar panel. They do suggest that you charge it from a wall outlet, and that this solar part only becomes an emergency backup. So I have tried charging it using just the solar panel, and I've left it out in the sun, direct sunlight, for 10 hours, and it did not fully charge this. Just to give you an idea, it got it about a half charge, so about 5,000 milliamps, which would be enough to charge an iPhone a couple of times, or to charge my GoPro. So it's still very useful, but don't expect that you're going to be able to go out and while you're hiking and having this attached to your backpack, have it charged during the day. Now, on my last trip, I took it out, and I took it out with 0 charge on it on purpose. I then attached it to the outside of my backpack and hiked all day long with it. It had some shock cord over it, so a very minimal amount of the solar panel was covered. So it was exposed to as much sunlight as I could provide it while I was out hiking. And I wasn't under cover of trees most of the hike. And for the entire day, so I started hiking about 10 o'clock in the morning, and by the time the sun went down, about 7:30, it still only had a quarter charge. So you're not going to get a lot out of it while you're out hiking. But I have found that even if the cell is pretty much dead, if you plug your devices into here and it has this green light on and it is charging, it will provide some charge to the devices that you have plugged into it and charge them, which I found to be very useful while I was out on the trail. So, what do I think of it? Well, I do have one nitpick of the thing, and that is this power button. So, all 4 corners have a little bit of rubberized. The only thing that differentiates this one is it's got the little power symbol. But if you can't see, if it's dark and you're trying to turn on that light, because that's what this power button does, it turns on the lights, you've got to kind of grab it and feel. If you know that it's directly across from the carabiner, that helps, but it would be better if it had, if it protruded a little bit or was indented, so that just by feel you could feel exactly where it was. Then you just hold it down, and it lights up. So let's talk about the size of this. This unit is 5.5 inches long, 3 inches wide, and it is 3/4 of an inch thick. It weighs in at 8.59 ounces, which is really not that bad for a unit that not only is the 10,000 milliamps, but it also has the solar charger and the 2 lights on there. I'm not going to give it a whole lot of credit for the compass, but it's a pretty useful unit. I mean, you've got the 10,000 milliamp, just the actual power bank, which most people would buy something like this just for that. But then if you throw in the solar charger that's really built into it and does provide some emergency benefit, it weighs less than a 10,000 milliamp Anchor that I've seen weighed against it. So not a bad deal. So this is the AMIR solar power bank, 10,000 milliamp with 2 USB ports, emergency compass, emergency solar, and 2 LEDs. Here's a closer look at the unit and its features. So like I said, I have been using this out on the trail. It's suffered no damage. It still charges. It has provided a pretty consistent 10,000 milliamp or somewhere really generally in that area based on what I'm charging with it. And I've been very happy with it. I haven't had any problems with it. It's worked every time I've used it. And, for what it is, it's not bad. And the price isn't that bad either. You can find it on Amazon. Prices do change, so you can go ahead and check Amazon. I'll put a link down below so you can go check it out for yourself. But if you're in the market for a power bank and you think you might be out on the trail for quite a while, and this is about the size of the one you're looking for, that solar charger, the fact that you can use that to charge your devices, maybe what sets this thing apart. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in, checking out this review. Lots more to come, so keep checking back. I'll see you guys down the trail.